Hello, my name is Lucy Barnes and I'm here to talk about school uniforms in the state of Mississippi. When you first think of school uniforms, what comes to mind first? The unflattering clothing, the restrictions on the children, and money moved from the school board. Well, we have all been there. We have all been to school, and maybe you did or did not have to wear a uniform, but think, wasn't the waking up and not knowing what to wear a constant battle? And what about when other pupils would judge your outfit? Wouldn't that be easier if we were all wearing the same thing? Maybe you even found it hard to stick to the appropriate clothing guidelines and constantly found yourself in trouble. People may always disagree on this subject, but I'm here to convince you why enforcing a school uniform is the correct argument. Having been a student myself at different schools with opposing uniform rules, I have been able to acquire knowledge on this matter firsthand. With the help of my research, I feel I'm able to persuade you to side with the uniform policy. Without school uniforms, we are allowing kids to worry more about what they are wearing than what they are learning. We're allowing them to do whatever they want and not learn the workplace enforces rules and consequences to follow if they are not adhered to. Also, by letting children wear their own clothing to school, we're creating an opportunity where a child's family's world may become apparent, and this can create a divide in kids. Bullying, sadly, is a common thing in schools, and by not enforcing a uniform, we may be giving the bullies an easy way to pick on other kids. This should not be the case, and we should be doing all that we can to protect children and to support them as they go through this stage of their life. This is why today I would like to discuss three main points with you. The first thing I would like to discuss is how we can prevent bullying. Secondly, how we can help kids to prepare to deal with rules that they are likely to follow later in life and to feel prideful to attend their school. And lastly, how we can help children stay focused on their studies and less on their style. By enforcing a school uniform policy, the Mississippi Department of Education can help to keep kids at less risk of bullying, help to prepare them for later life, and aim to keep students focused on their education and not their clothes. Here you can see some examples of articles of clothing that are common for a school uniform. From www.acps.com. In most schools with the uniform policy, girls will wear a skirt and boys in trousers with either a polo or a button-up shirt. Uniforms can differ according to school, gender and age. Now, let's get started. Unfortunately, bullying is a common occurrence in most schools across the globe. From elementary to high schoolers, some children have found ways to pick on other kids for numerous reasons. This is a problem that has caused teachers and school boards to try and find different solutions to tackle the problem. Not to mention the parents and families of the children who sadly have to send their kids off to school knowing that they may be treated harshly. USA Today reported that nearly 40% of middle schoolers said they'd been bullied, 27% of high schoolers said the same, and that most students who were bullied said it was because of how they looked. One thing that bullies often pick on is the appearance of their victim. By schools not enforcing a uniform policy, this allows for children to notice the difference in things such as popularity and price of clothes. For example, if a child is wearing a cheaper, unbranded clothing, this might be something that another child could use to make fun of. This shouldn't be the case. Kids are in school to learn and grow, and they should be supported and not feel unsafe. By establishing a school uniform, this problem can be resolved. With every kid dressed the same, then bullies will not have a reason to pick on another child's clothes. In the UK, TrueText reported that the study found 9 out of 10 teachers believe school uniforms play an active role in reduced bullying. 95% say uniforms help students to fit in, and that 2/3 of parents think wearing a school uniform puts students on a level playing field and makes their life easier. Now that we have covered how school uniforms may help to prevent bullying, I'd like to talk about how they can help to prepare children for later in life, especially in the workplace. With children spending so much time in school, it is an important stepping stone into the real world. At some point in their lives, nearly all kids are likely to get a job. This means that schools are also responsible for teaching kids to understand the ways of the working world. The workplace, just like schools, are filled with rules and regulations, and one of the main ones being a dress code. If employers are not made to wear a specific uniform, they are at least made to follow a guideline of appropriate clothing. By introducing kids to this at a young age, they are more likely to feel comfortable and used to it by the time they are asked to follow it. As well as preparing them to follow rules in the workplace later in life, it teaches kids to feel pride for their school and loyalty to where they attend and learn every day. This is also something that they can carry with them later on, to feel proud of where they work and to understand loyalty and gratitude to their work where they will have spent time, hopefully learn from. The Guardian stated that uniforms show you're a part of an organisation. Wearing it says that we are all in this together. And later went on to say also, if you wear a uniform with pride, it means you are halfway there to being respectful by buying into what the organisation is all about. Having gone over bullying prevention and preparation for life, I would like to discuss how we can keep students to stay focused on studies. Other benefits of having school uniforms have shown to be that by having kids dressed the same has aided their focus and allows them to give their full attention to their studies instead of their clothes. If they are all wearing the same clothing, then they are less likely to get distracted by others. Very Well Family stated in an article that many educators also theorise that students can become distracted by fashion trends and status symbol clothing. It means that kids are less likely to worry about what they are wearing and more on their work. They already know what they are wearing and not having to plan and prepare their outfit every day. The Conversation reported that, according to the US Department of Education, wearing a uniform can decrease the risk of violence and theft, instill discipline, and help school officials recognise intruders who come to their schools. Other reports also stated that uniform helps kids to feel more professional and therefore act accordingly. Great Schools reported a study carried out by Virginia Draw on the relationship between school uniforms and attendance, graduation and proficiency rates. The report showed that Draw's study concluded that those with schools with uniform policies improved in attendance, graduation and suspension rates. It also stated that Draw was amazed by the effect that uniforms have and said that before the study she was not expecting the outcome that she did and her opinion was completely changed. In conclusion, I would like to make a few more statements. School uniforms should be enforced at every school due to their proven efficiency rates in helping kids do their time in school. By enforcing a school uniform policy, the Mississippi Department of Education can help to keep kids at less risk of bullying, help to prepare them for later life, and aim to keep students focused on their education and less on their clothes. For the most effective outcomes, a school uniform should be made a requirement in all schools so that we can aid children as much as possible and support them through their school. Thank you.